Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my friends all across the globe today, and welcome to La Palma Dinosaur Park. I wanted to do a really fun speed build in Jurassic Park Evolution 2 for the longest time now, and up until now, I have finally gotten the correct inspiration, the correct inspiration, I know it's kind of weird, to finally settle down and make something that I am so proud of. I apologize if you wanted to see more of the last speed build that I did, it just wasn't really settling with me right, but I wanted to do something really nice and really out of the ordinary right here, and I sat down with my buddy Tricowar and we've kind of figured out like a really fun concept, so I really wanted to have this first section of La Palma Dinosaur Park to be based around birds. Yes, I know, dinosaurs are birds, yada yada, but I really wanted to have it have a lot more of a centralized idea around birds. So what you're seeing right here is a beautiful big aviary. I'm using the DFW aviary before we even have it unlocked, because I do use Kai's free build mod and his sandbox mod. It just helps out so much in like the end process. But with that being said, we do this for both Tapeharas. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's either Tapehara or Tapejara, but I'm gonna say Tapehara because it rolls off the tongue. And also we do it for Ornithomimus, or it's an ornithomimid. I forget the actual name for it. I'm sorry, guys. Archaeornithomimid. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Maybe. But this is essentially a huge little paddock for them. And it's really cool because the Tapehara has been known to, or at least it's been speculated to, feed on nuts and fruits. So it really wasn't a piscivore when you really look at the facts, unlike, how Jurassic World Evolution 2 kind of puts them. But with that being said, I really did want to have this kind of walkthrough habitat with them. I know the guests in Jurassic World Evolution 2 will absolutely hate this. In fact, it says that the Tapeharas are always a threat because I connected the pathway up until the viewing gallery inside of the actual aviary itself, which, it kind of detracts from all the guests being in the park, but hey, that's just more frame rate for me. Who could complain about that, Now, with that being said, I am over here doing the most with the rock work that I can. I really don't like the decorations in Jurassic World Evolution 2 all that much. While they are great, I wish we just had so much more. That's one of my main qualms with the game. But in going forward, I am very excited to see how Jurassic World Evolution 2 will handle the rock system for perching pterodons and stuff like that. That's going to be really cool to see. And here I am just throwing a bunch of, I'm not even going to try and pronounce these guys. I'm going to call them Funny Ostrich. Yeah, that's a good name for them. So of course I want to have ornithomimids in here because they do represent, they're very close to, ratites in modern day, kind of like cassowaries, ostriches, rheas, and the stuff like that. So I really want to incorporate a lot of those guys. Excuse me, and they even have an outdoor paddock as well, as a way to kind of give this a little bit more of a storytelling element. I know not too many people would really do something like that, but listen, coming from Planet Zoo, this is the stuff that I damn well want to do. So here I am just doing a little bit more of the terrain work in here. I really love how the interior of this came out. It feels so nice. I wish I did some more viewing galleries for the guests in here, just because there's so much, untapped potential in here, but I really want to get to it soon enough. But who knows? I'm just really happy with how all of this came out, and there's even a little river going through it. I really do love how the foliage came out in here. I don't know, it just makes me happy, guys. And the way that the DFW buildings work together inside the aviary with all the chain mesh and stuff like that, it looks incredibly well, especially with the shadows piercing down through the entire building. It looks beautiful when the sun hits it just right. Even during the speed build, you may see me kind of stop to take some time to actually look at the dinosaurs, because it's so mesmerizing to watch them just traverse their habitat, much more than Planet Zoo will ever be. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to all my Planet Zoo fans, but the animals and dinosaurs in Jurassic World Evolution 2 just move so much better. There's no way around it. But hey, with that being said, let's talk about what we have in here and the general theme that I was going for once we actually do get the Tapeharas in here. I would actually get them in here for quite some time. I actually get it in one of the later segments of the speed build. You'll see us transition there in about 10 minutes or so. But let's talk about the Tapeharas. One of the things that me and Trico decided on was trying to get these tapehars based off of actual macaw patterns, or species rather. So we have some tapehars based off of, you know, the military macaw, the scarlet macaw, the Spix's macaw, the hyacinth macaw, just all of these, as well as like the Toko toucan, and they're so bright and so colorful that I think they came out so beautiful in the end, and it really makes it feel like, it feels so tropical in there, and it works so well. Also, one of the things I do over here is do a little bit of backstage. I know I'm pulling a little bit of a Rudy Renkamol over here, but I really did want to integrate some more backstage focus in here, just because it's such a little bit of a niche concept, but just sitting down, taking care of that, it was so fun to do. Just really fun to problem solve, trying to figure out what we can fit in this small area. And one of the things I do like to include in these small staff areas, I actually do one for the Proseratas as well, is include some, what's the word I'm thinking of? Picnic tables. Yes, picnic tables and benches for, you know, if you know, you have your staff, they want to sit outside, have a little lunchy after they feed the pteranodons and stuff like that, they have all the right in the world to. One of the things I did have a problem with is that little corner right there. You'll see me trying to put some fences over there despite me not having the free will to do so, but that is one of the things that can be fixed with older version of Kai's free build mod. Unfortunately, you can't really delete the fences afterwards, but hey, maybe we could figure that out later down the line. Here I go, adding a lot more of those lamps. I really did love to add lighting into this entire build. It was so rewarding to do so, because you keep on adding these small little elements, and then when you turn the lights off, the entire park just glows so beautifully. That's one of my favorite things about building Jurassic World Evolution 2 that, you know, Planet Zoo doesn't really have. It's doing these large sections of your parks and being able to be satisfied with a smaller amount of work, which, hey, it's a lot more digestible than anything else. Like Planet Zoo, I'm still working on the Foxborough polar bear habitat. That's not going to be done for a damn long time, but with Jurassic World Evolution 2, I can do this entire section within 2 days. And this is it's like the size of Sugar Pine. I said Foxborough Zoo. That's a big oopsie on my part, but hey, check out those series if you haven't yet. I'm really proud of those. Now, with that being said, keep on going on through here, adding these small little bench areas, because your staff definitely do need a place to relax. I should have added some like staff centers back here. I felt like that would have been a really good thing to have, because we don't have any yet in this entire park, and you can kind of see me outline like the pathway leading up to the greater area. That's going to be where we have our big carnivores. Oh, that's going to be so fun later down the line. But for the time being, we're focusing on this little sliver of the peninsula. I should probably talk about what map I'm using too. The map that I'm using over here is the UK map. You guys may be familiar with it. It's one of the only temperate maps, but I love the locale of it. I love how it's like on the cliffside. It looks so beautiful, and I can't wait to get the new maps as well later this week. I completely forgot that they're actually coming this week. That's going to be quite a little mental mind chuck. They're actually going to be out by the time that this releases, so probably not a good strategy on my part releasing this when, you know, everyone's going to be making all their fancy dancy like Pennsylvania maps. But I don't really mind. I'm really happy with how well this came out, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Now over here is where I decided to do the little bit of a what should you call this? Kind of like an outdoor paddock. Yeah, that's probably the best idea on how to put it. So I do use these Jeep gates a lot, because there's no other better way to fit the Jeep gates in, and having those be fit in there, it just works incredibly well. And having the little viewing area over here, so we could get at least, you know, a little bit of guest functionality in here, it really does help to sell this entire build. And I put a one on the other side. Actually, no, I don't even put one over there. That's kind of weird. But this one gives you the full view of that entire habitat, so no harm, no foul. And what else do I do over here? This is where I get kind of lost. I do some path art, I guess. It doesn't really come out too good, but I'll certainly start to work on my skills. I'll be up to Evolution Squared's skills in no time. Just trust me. I got this, guys. Now, using these planters, can I complain? I'm gonna complain. No one's stopping me from complaining, but I'm gonna complain anyways. I hate these planters. I want to use, like, my individual bushes, please. Oh my gosh. I hate how, like, you know, stagnant they always get after using them for a good amount of time. But hey, listen, that's just me. I think it all comes out pretty good in the end, so I shouldn't be complaining, but it's just such a pain to use them in the moment that I'm not really a big fan of it, but hey, what can you do? Adding a bunch more rocks, because God knows we don't have any other kinds of forms of decoration, but it's still pretty good in the end. Also, I used the Ginkgo Trees a lot in this entire build, just because they're the only ways to get, like, large clusters of trees in such condensed small areas. Please, Frontier, allow me to get more, like... I'm sorry, there's a squirrel outside my window and it's just doing some really cute stuff. But please, Frontier, allow me to place down bigger trees individually. I miss doing, like, big lush forests because that would be perfect for a build like this. But unfortunately, I'm not really able to do that, so that kind of stinks. But who cares? We make do with it anyways. I really love what's coming up next is, after we got these seats down, because you would imagine, like, on this small little mini main street, you would have some drink and food shops, and guests would want to sit there and watch the dinosaurs too. This is very much a resort kind of area, so not really gonna say no to anything in regards to that. Just trying to make the guests as happy as possible and using those tiny little lamps as the best I could. Checking out the interior of the build as well, just taking some shots just to show off my progress. I do like to document my progress as time goes on, and it's always really fun to do that. Making some guest facilities over here. I have a food shop. I don't really care what I set it to, I just make sure it looks good in the end. Doing the little bit of customization that I can, and as well as including some of the lights as well, so it lights up beautiful at night. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see this, like, and oh my god, I can't wait for this park to be done, honestly, so I can just walk through it and be proud. Now, one of the things I did notice is that instead of opting to use the prefab for tables and chairs, use the prefab for something that you're not able to get the, you know, decorations in-game for, such as those tiny planters. I opt for those instead because I think they're very cool and very unique, and I just use a free build mod to actually place down the rest of the tables and chairs as I see fit. I think that works out a lot better. There you see the Ginkgo trees go up, those looking mighty fine. And adding a lot more planters over here as well, making sure that everything looks nice and smooth and beautiful in the end. And maybe sometimes you'll see me in this speed build actually go through with my Jeep and just drive through the entire park, because hey, that's literally the best part of Jurassic World Evolution 2, it's just using the Jeeps. But hey, with that being said, I add a generator over here because Lord knows we need the power in a small area kind of like this. We can imply that it kind of powers this entire segment of the park because we are in Sandbox after all. I'm not gonna mess around with, like, oh, there I flipped the Jeep, whoops. Now, I'm not gonna mess around with literally anything in terms of management or staff or anything like that. I had the idea to do 2 hotels kind of like that, but it didn't really work out too well. But I do this little kind of, you know, eating area over there. We could pretend that there's like a mini little restaurant in the hotel itself where you could watch the birds or something. Now, I do add that with the staff path. I wish we had more paths, and that's something that I wish Jurassic World Evolution 2 will implement in the future. Just please, I want more decorations and ways to decorate my park, because my park looks the exact same as anyone else's park. I just want more stuff to differentiate myself from literally everyone else. That would be amazing. Please, Frontier, please listen to my cries. Now, with that being said, I add some more planters all around, making sure that the guests can walk pretty much anywhere. I really do love the path system in this game. I really do like the spline system. It works incredibly well for a game like this. I just wish we could toggle on and off clipping, like, you know how your path gets a little bit too close for another path, it automatically kind of clips to it. I wish we could toggle that off. That'd be a really amazing thing to have, especially when you're trying to do like larger plazas. It would help out incredibly well. So hopefully we can see something like that be integrated in the future, whether it be officially by Frontier or by mods. I don't really mind in the slightest. I just can't wait to see where we go from here. Now, of course, adding this amenity over here, I wanted to have the spa because this is going to be very much a kind of relaxation kind of area. It's going to be a lower paced area than the rest of everything else. Everything else is pretty much going to concern the likes of carnivores or adventure, or, you know, catering to those kinds of guests. This is more so luxury and nature. So I really do like how everything like this turned out. We actually do a really beautiful hotel coming up soon, and I add a landing pad over here so we can finally get some guests in and get rid of those silly little icons. Those piss me off. I wish we could turn those off indefinitely. Those are the bane of my existence, guys, and I just want them gone. Now here, we actually make the landing pad area. I think it comes out pretty swanky in the end. It looks really cool. By the way, if you guys are still listening, thank you so much for being here at the halfway point. Just gotta show some love out to you guys. I love you guys for stopping by, especially on the Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. I know I'm not really the biggest JWE2 player, but making this entire park was really fun and really a huge passion project of mine. And I really do thank you guys for stopping by for this. I know, I'm a little sappy right now. But anyways, here we go, actually making that whole nature part of the park that I was talking about earlier. I have this little bit of a botanical garden. Okay, hear me out. I know it's kind of weird, but I add this hotel over here, and we actually make it stand on stilts over the water with the free build mod, and it comes out incredibly well. So at first I want to have like all this forest in here, make it feel nice and lush, but then I was like, how can we make this come out to the next level? And I started to add some fences there. Decided that wasn't really a good idea, so I add some paths instead, and we kind of just decorate it with some rocks later on. So yay, no harm, no foul. But I was like, how can we take this to the next level? And I guess I don't even do that right now because I add more amenities. So I have this little area right over here. I think this is a gift shop. Yes, it is. So I make that look nice, mighty fine, pretty, and it looks mighty fine. We have amber right there. So if you have interest in buying some amber, feel free to go there. No Dennis Nedry's allowed. We can't allow him to be back in this park. Oh no, guys, I'm losing it. This is about the point in the video, it's where I lose it, so I do apologize if I'm uncoherent. I don't even know anymore, who cares. Now, here is where I add the water, just a little bit of water, a little splashy pool, we do a little bit of a splash, and it looks really cool. I don't know, I just really like the idea of it being over water. It just looks pretty nice in the end. Who can complain about that? Now, moving on from there, I add this little bit of a viewing tower. You guys may be saying, Leaf, why the hell did you add that there? It doesn't look into anything. To that I say, I don't care. I wanted to look into the ocean, damn it. The ocean is the most beautiful damn thing on the planet. Who cares about the dinosaurs when we have the friggin' ocean? Yeah, that's pretty much all of my spiel right there. I just really want to have an ocean view. Now, adding these beautiful light posts, it's really fun because the tapeharas actually break out and they land over there, and it's just so fun to watch them kind of traverse around. Also, adding these beautiful little benches all around. I wish we actually had real benches and not just picnic benches. That'd be a really amazing thing to have, but unfortunately we don't have access to that. Of course, we have to have a emergency shelter just in case if, you know, something does go wrong, like, you know, the tapeharas break out. Whoops. But I really want to have that right there, especially right next to both the hotels, because that's definitely where you would have something like centrally located, especially like, you know, if the Indominus breaks out in the middle of midnight, you have some place to go, yada yada. Of course, over here I apologize, we did skip a little bit of the speed build. Unfortunately, the clips were way too short for me to actually justify putting in here, so I hope you guys can forgive me on that. But here we actually work on the Proceratosaurus exhibit. Yes, I was excited to get these guys in here because their coloration is amazing. Again, a huge shout out to Trico Art. If you guys haven't seen his channel, he does some really funny stuff. He's like easily one of the best Planet Zoo comedians out there. But now with that being said, I really want to add the Proceratosaurus in here ever since I, like, their icon just takes me in because they're such bright colored animals. They're so cute. I love them too. They're also mad tiny, which is another cute factor in there. Now, these guys are really cool. They're from, like, you know, the middle Jurassic. They're a British fossil, so they fit in pretty good in this map. Even though, you know, La Palma, I would expect it to be based in I'd expect it to be based in Spain than anything else because obviously it's a Spanish name, and I can see Spain having a lot of islands, kind of like the Canary Islands, kind of based off of like this color scheme and whatnot. So here I just throw down a temporary hatchery, and I transport all my Proceratas into the other exhibit. So hey, by the way, if you guys want to name any animals, listen, we're pulling the best in slot over here. Love you, buddy. If you guys want to name any animals, especially our alpha Proceratosaurus, definitely do drop those comments down below. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised if someone would be listening at 1950 in the video, but hey, definitely do drop those comments down below if you do want to name these guys. Literally anything, the Tapeharas, the Proceratas, you drop them in the comments down below, and I will happily name them after you guys. Now, with that being said, adding a little bit more backstage area as well. You guys, I really do love adding backstage areas. It's so fun, and it's such a different pace than, like, building exhibits and stuff. I know when playing the zoo, I was like, to hell with backstage areas, but in here, I really do love it. It's such a little fun idea to have. But moving on from there, I have this little bit of a kind of inlet into the exhibit, so you get like a closer view into the natural habitat of the Proceratosaurus. I think it turned out pretty damn good in the end. It's really, really innovative. Just doing stuff like that, I don't know. This is really my first go around with making sandbox parks for real in Jurassic World Evolution, both in JWE and JWE 2. Now, of course, with that being said, I'm nowhere near as good as literally anyone else. Like, I know Best in Slot can run circles around me, but I really do love, like, the whole idea behind making all of these. I don't know, it's really fun. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. Like, I really did love this park. So if you guys even enjoy it in the slightest, that'll just make me a happy little goat right there. And speaking of happy little goats, check out the end credits for this video too. The goat just gets demolished by the Procerata. I don't know, I really like it. But now with that being said, making all these waters just nice and rocky, making it feel nice and lush and, you know, active in here. Because if you just have a whole area that's just plants, it just kind of feels like the same as anyone else's park. But if you have your own style with your rocks, with your placement, with your decorations, it's sure to be extremely unique. And that's exactly what I love to see in these parks. I love to see people breaking the boundaries, breaking the norms. Even I see ZZ, my boy ZZ's making like a Christmas park with all the lighting and stuff from the buildings. It's so innovative to see like what everyone's doing with these parks, and I love seeing everyone take these like incredible measures to make these beautiful parks. I don't know, it's such a really fun community that I'm so happy to be a part of now. Adding a drink stand in here as well, because we don't have any drinks either. Just wanted to add a little drinky poo in here. And it's right next to the hotel, so once you pop out of the hotel, you can look out onto the balcony, into the ocean, and then you can pop down, grab your smoothie, get ready for the day, go say hi to the Proceratas, and march your way to the other side of the park. Now, I really did regret not actually adding a monorail station in here, but I think I can probably sneak one in the next episode. I'll definitely have that out either next week or the week after next. That's going to be a really fun thing to have. But, I don't know, I'm just very excited to see everything come into play. Also adding seating, because there's literally nothing else to add. I would love to add playgrounds, I would love to add sand pits for kids, but unfortunately, we don't really have access to the guest amenities. They're all hidden behind, like, you know, giant shops and boxes. So adding, you know, little seating areas is probably the best that we can do. And I love this little area back in there. It just feels so nice. Like, I would love to have, like, take my smoothie, go look at the Proceratas attack a goat for the morning. That and a cup of joe would be the most wonderful thing to have. Guys, I'm losing it right now. I'm sorry. I need a little sip of my joe right now. Ah, that's good. It's wonderful. Now, the Procerata, I really do love a Procerata. It's about, like, you know, about to hip size of a person. I think they're pretty neat, and seeing them in JWE2 is beautiful. I think they're actually actually, no. I'm just speaking out my ass at that point. I'm not even going to try and relay dinosaur facts, because I know you guys will just correct me in the comments down below. I'm not the smartest, but I don't know, what else do we do in here? We also do the backstage here as well. I love how this one came out. Obviously, I wanted to sneak some building in here, kind of like the staff center, but unfortunately didn't really have access to that in here because of the space of this exhibit. So I add a little bit of that research post over there, and I add a bunch of rocks. Can we just talk about the screen shaking whenever you place down a damn object? Because that makes making these beautiful detailed areas feel so much more facetious, and I hate it because I don't want the screen shaking every 5 seconds whenever I place down a small pebble. It doesn't have that kind of impact. I mean, who thought of that? Who thought of that? Oh well, who cares? I'm just enjoying adding these little rocks in these little areas. Also, I add this little helicopter area. I know Trico was telling me about the fact that SeaWorld in Australia has this little bit of a thing going on over here where you could actually sit down and watch the helicopters take off via, like, you know, a nice little chain mesh kind of hole in the fence. So I add that over here so, you know, you could watch the helicopters take off if they're going to go, you know, shoot down a pteranodon or something like that. Oh no, I don't even know at this point, but making this area nice and pretty, adding these beautiful little benches and stuff, and making that area back there a little bit more lush because, you know, it just kind of looks like a sewage pit right there. And just making sure I could drive out of there. Perfect, I can do that. And adding these concrete fences to kind of block off the rest of the area, because, you know, you would want to at least block in as much as you can. Imagine, like, this is an island with a lot of native wildlife. You probably wouldn't want the dinosaurs to actually get out and start attacking everyone. You would at least want them to be kind of, like, secluded and in their own right and regard to be away from everything else, if that makes any sense at all. Of course, adding the Procerata that escaped back into the Procerata paddock. I really do love these guys, they're so cute. So if you do want to name the alpha, definitely do let me know down below. I really do like when you guys do that kind of stuff. I do apologize on franchise mode, we kind of dropped short with that. I should probably actually pop in there back pretty soon, but, you know, with all that being said, definitely love adding all this foliage in here. I had the really bright idea to add this little bit of a kind of jutting out area, so you could kind of take your picture with a helicopter landing down. This is in, like, you know, nice area too, so you would enjoy seeing nice helicopters coming. Maybe your buddy's flying in for the weekend and you're like, oh yeah, it's your bachelor party, let's go look at some dinosaurs. Guys, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life anymore. Every day is just, I have no idea what my existence is anymore. Here I am just doing funny accents with dinosaur games. Now I'm playing, I fucking love you guys. I don't know, I just got demonetized, but it doesn't matter. Now, of course, adding the rest of this small little area in here, I wanted to add some kind of building in here, but it didn't really work out too good. Probably the restroom would have been good. I tried to add one right there, but it didn't look good at all, so I just covered it back up with the foliage and adding the last of the decorations in here. I think we're almost here at the cinematics, if I'm almost correct. Yeah, we're almost at the cinematics, so definitely watch all of it, because Trico worked so hard on making, like, all of them look so freaking beautiful, and they look amazing in the end. So definitely do go check those out, or at least stay by and check them out, please, guys. They're beautiful, and it's so cool. Now, with all that being said, I do thank you guys for stopping by. This was a really, really fun park to start, and I can't wait to see what goes on in the future of this park. I really am very passionate about this one because it's so beautiful, and it's so fun to finally, now that I have everything unlocked, get back into Jurassic World Evolution 2 and start building some damn good parks in the end. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Actually, no, I want to stick by. I want to keep on talking with you guys. I'm not ready to go. I had these planters over here just so the guests wouldn't fall down into the big old pits down below. It's going to be a little bit of a pain doing the little connecting area up in the, connecting this peninsula with the other one. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge over there, but I don't know, it's going to be really interesting to see nonetheless. Here I try to fix those escape errors with the pteranodons, well, the tapeharis, and here I cap off that area over there. But here you go, guys. Here's all the lovely cinematics. So I really do thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed this entire video. It was really fun to sit down with you guys and really talk about how much I really do love this game. It came out so well. I do apologize. I forgot I had my laptop sound on. Now, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, I really do welcome you. Welcome to the happy little league pile. If you enjoyed this series, definitely do consider dropping a like and a comment down below. It always does help out. The algorithm is very mean to me recently, so if we're able to fight back on him, that'd be great as well. And even a subscribe would help as well. I always do love seeing new members join the little leaf pile, so definitely do consider that if you want. But hey, enjoy the rest of the cinematics. I'm gonna take off right here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode of La Palma Dinosaur. Goodbye, and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye.